Hello YouTube and welcome to our 49th Unity 3D tutorial, and in this tutorial what we are going to do is 3 of my subscribers slash followers have recommended or asked for a day and night sequence. So at one part of the time we have day and in another part we have night, so it's really good. The 3 people who asked for this are the users CEH555, RSMaster15, IFY and 8OSKAR. Your usernames are in the description. Thank you for doing that. And so today we're going to learn 3 new things. We're going to learn about Skyboxes, which I'll explain in a minute. We're going to learn about text.replace and text.split. So they're really good. But first we need to learn what Skybox is. So I'll drag that out of the way a minute. A Skybox is technically the sky of our game. Some people do put planes above it or cubes everywhere and just attach a thing to it, but in Unity it's pointless. So if we look around, all this grey in the sky you see, and on the floor around here, all this is our sky. So we've got 6 places to our sky: up, down, left, right, front and back. That's the way we're going to be doing it. So basically you can texture the sky because it is basically either a big sphere or a big cube, depending on which way you want to look at it. And basically you can texture each side of this. I actually think it is a cube, but I'm not 100% sure about that because 6 textures, 6 sides on a cube makes more sense. But yeah, so when you assign these, you like have your front texture, and then it merges into your side, then your back, then your front again, then you can look up and down. So you can make it really good. You can create your own skyboxes or download them, and we are actually going to download one. So here I've found this site on the internet, and this guy here, Skybox set by that guy, sorry I can't pronounce your name, is completely free, gave away 6 really high quality skyboxes. So we've got thick clouds, full moon, calm water, stormy weather, tropical sunny day and cloudy light rays. So 6 really high texture sets. You can click on and view them on the internet, but they only display in 512, whereas when you download them you get 2000 by 2048, so it's really good. So click this button where it says download for free, download it, extract it, stick it in your game. So when you download it, you'll have a Skybox set, and I've put this in my textures folder, and you'll have 6 folders for each one. So if I click the tropical sunny day and have a look, you can see it's got 6 textures. It's got up, right, left, front, down and back from where I'm reading on the name preview. So we can actually assign these to a material which stores 6 materials at once. So then we drag it onto our Skybox setting, and then it places on all right sides, and it looks like we've got proper real sky. So it is really good. So the best way to do this, or the only way to do this, is to right click anywhere, create new material. You'll have to go down, it goes off my screen so you can't see it. You can create this anywhere, but I'm just going to create it in the same folder, and we'll call it Tropical Sunny. So what we're going to do is click shader here, and we're going to go down to render FX, and again off my screen you're going to go across and click Skybox. Don't get confused and click Skybox Cube because that's the wrong one. So once you click Skybox, it'll load up and you'll have front, back, left, right, up and down. And if you haven't guessed already, you do actually need to assign all 6 textures. So we'll drag the front one first, the back one, the left one, the right one, and then the up one. As you can see, it isn't actually showing anything yet, but it will only show once you complete it. So if we drag our down one, boom, we now have a really bad looking sphere. That's what you think, but don't be put off by how it looks. Your best bet is actually looking at the images. It is different in Unity because every single engine does it different. Even if you use 6 main textures, sometimes the front one on another engine for Unity will be the back one. So if when you align them all into the correct slots, it'll look completely weird. So you do need to get one specific for Unity, or ones what you can actually know about. So to assign this skybox, we go to File, Edit, Render Settings, and we've been in here before because if you remember we did it. So what you need to do is, where it says Skybox material, you need to click the little pinhead, and then you need to find your material. Well, I'm not really going to use the pinhead, I'm just going to drag and drop it. So much easier. So we're going to drag and drop it. As you can see, we now have a really, really nice little skybox for our game. So that's my favourite bit on this one. That water right there, I just think that looks really, really nice. As you can see, it is pretty seamless when you like zoom round, but when you're in editing mode, you can actually see the black lines look. But I think that's just in editing mode. When you go off, I think it does disappear, unless it's something to do with that, but I'm not sure. It is working, so we just need to create another one of them for another one, because we've got our day one, this tropical sunny one, but we also need a night one. So we've got full moon. So I'm going to click this one, right click, create material, and full moon. I'm just going to do the exact same process again, render effects and Skybox. If you ever do that and then you can't see none of it, just click the name of it and it opens it up. It's basically a folder. That's the easiest way if you ever lose it. So back, front, left, right, well up, right, and down. Boom. So we have one there. We're not going to test that one because we'll do that by script. So what we're going to do first is we need to create one for day and night. Easiest way to do this would be to create another script, or we could do it in our in-game time. But there's two main ways you can do this. Well, three. You can create an integer which ticks down, say, from 10,000, and when it reaches 0, it switches to night. And then when it reaches back to 10,000, it switches back to day. That's a good way to do it. You can also get a really bright light, like a range light, which we've used many of, and then decrease the range of that, so as it gets darker and darker, when it reaches like almost gone, you put it as night, then it slowly starts to come back up and it becomes day. That's another good way. However, since we've got real time in our game using our timer, what we just made, I figured we'd put it on that because then it'd be more realistic. If I was to put it on the hour slot here though, so every 30 hour, well, not 30 hours, yeah, 30 hour, is it alright? Every 12 hours, yeah, it's day, then every 12 hours it's night. It'd take forever to test. So I'm actually going to put it on seconds, but I will show you how to adjust it to minutes. The minutes is probably the most realistic one we can have, because then 30 minutes in game, 30 minutes out game. So in night, day night. So the user will be able to experience both ways. Huh, funny. Yeah, so what we're going to do is go to our scripts folder here, and we're going to click in our landscape, and we're going to create new JavaScript, and we're just going to call this weather, because using this same one we can tell it to adjust from stormy, lightning. It just makes it a lot easier. So I'll open that up. So in here, first we're going to create two variables. The first one will contain our day material, so day material, and this will be a type of a material. And same again, but this will be night, like so. So we've got two materials, we can assign it to there and keep them for good. So sort this out, as you know. So now what we need to do is first, as I said at the beginning, we need to somehow get hold of the seconds in game. So as we run it, the seconds will tick up from 1, 2, 3, 4. We need a way to check what the seconds equals, what time it is. So the best way to do this is actually to get that the text of that GUI text, split it up into places and see what each place is. So if we were to just say check that GUI text for this number, it would search the time, the hours, the minutes and that one, but it would only search it all together. So it's not really good. So what we need to do is first delete where it says time. So if we run it, you'll see there it says time, space. So if I just pause that, well yeah, and then go to in-game time, as you can see it says time. So we've got time here, and then we've got a space, then a colon. First we need to delete that we need to store whatever that text is into a variable, delete the time, and then split this up. Now if we look at this, the best way to split this up will actually be at the colons. So we have the hours, delete the colon, split it. Minutes, delete the colon, split it. Seconds. So that's the best way to do it. So that's where the split's going to come in. So first what we're going to do is delete that. So where it says time, remember it's time, colon, space. So we need to delete that. So we're just going to copy that and type var and get a name. So I'm just going to put delete time because it's most suitable. And this will equal to GameObject.find, because we need to basically find our in-game time. In-game time, like so. And then this will be a .GUI text, so we need to access the text of it. So we're going to get the GUI text of it, then the text property. So in here, GUI text.text, there. And then we're going to type replace. So this is what we're going to basically do is type to open bracket speech mark find time dot colon space. To make sure you keep the space, else your hours will not be 22 or something. It will be 0, well, space hours time. So make sure you get rid of the space. Then you put a comma. So what do you want to get rid of and what do you want to replace it with? Well, we don't want to replace it with anything, so we just put a blank string. Close it off and do that. Now if we were to test that, you wouldn't actually notice anything, but what it basically does is store whatever time that GUI game time says at the moment, so it'll store it, and then it'll store it at, it will replace the time in it to that. So our next thing to do is to split each one of them numbers up. So at the moment we are at that. So I'm just going to keep that there as a mental note. So we've currently got that, but we're at the slashes. So we've deleted the time. We need to somehow split this up, which I did say was the best at the colons, because we put the colons in between. If you didn't do that, there are many other ways you can do it, so I'll show you how to do that in a minute. But yeah, so we type var, get another name, so split time. Just going to put this up here. Split time, and this will equal to whatever this variable is, so this is the time but without the time thing on. And then we're going to type dot split, so we're going to split the text up, open bracket, and what do we want to split it at? Well, we said the colon, so you put the colon close to speech marks. And now, how do you want to store it? The next bit is, so we want to store it in an array. So we open the array and close it. However, a good feature is to actually, I don't know if this is required or not, but you need to state whereabouts in the array you want it to start at. I don't know why you'd start it around any later, but yeah. So we're just going to start it at 0. So it'll start storing whatever the number is at 0. So 0, 1, 2. So our highest one for seconds is going to be 2. Simple. So now that we've got that, we can easily just search split time to find where it is. So we're going to create a simple for loop. So for var I equals 0. I is less than split time here dot length. And then I++. So basically, create a variable called I, it equals to 0, so the beginning. It will search it. I is less than split time, so I++, 1, search it again, 2, search it again, start. But since it's on function update, it'll keep running it every time, so it'll check every single second, which is really good. So every time it checks, we want it to check for what the time equals. So if split time, so which one are we searching? Are we searching hours, minutes, or seconds? Well, we're going to search for seconds at the moment, so we're going to put open square bracket 2, because 2 is actually our seconds, because first 2 was hours, second 2 was minutes, and the third one was what you call it, minutes, seconds. So since we started at 0, 0, 1, 2. So if 2 equals, and because it's a string of text, we'll say if it equals 10, because the way I'm planning to do it is 10, 20 or 30, then it's daytime. 40, 50 or 0, because there is no 60, it goes 60 straight back to 0, then it'll be night. So you can put if it equals 10, convert it to an integer then do it, but I'm just going to do it like this to show you. Then hold shift and press the key next to the Z, the slash and the straight line, put 2 of them to get OR. So we're going to copy that, copy, and close it off. So if it equals 10, 20 or 30, so if it equals 10, 20 or 30 seconds, then what do we want it to do? Well, we want to change the Skybox material to a day material, which we already have. So we're going to paste that in here, and we're going to end it, but we're going to type render settings, because if you remember, when we finish this, we can go edit render settings. So if that dot skybox material, that's what we're changing. So if render settings dot skybox equals, so not if, so render settings dot skybox equals day material, so it's daytime, simple as that. And to make it nighttime, exact same procedure, we copy it, paste it, 2 equals 40, 50, or you can either put 60 or 0 here, but the reason I didn't put 60 was because as soon as it hits 59, then it attempts to go 60, it'll just jump back to 0. It never actually hits 60. So make sure you put 0. Even to be sure, you could put 0, 1 for 1 second, because then as soon as it hits 10, it's back to daytime. So we don't want it to be day material, we want it to be night. And that's it. So all we need to do now is attach that. The best place I found to attach it was actually in-game time. And something I didn't mention was, while I was testing this, I actually left one of my mistakes in. Here before it just said GUI text like so, which actually did throw an error, because when we attach this, the in-game time loads and starts ticking the time, but then this tries to search for it as well. So while this is trying to split up GUI text, it hasn't split up the code by the colons, so it gives you an error saying the array is not length of 2. But yeah, so if you wanted to search for minutes or hours, if you haven't guessed already, simply change this number of 2 in the array to whatever you want. So say you want hours, change it to 0, minutes, change it to 1, seconds, change it to 2. So what we're going to do is in-game time, just to stop a bug, we're going to change its text to 00, not 0 as in the, not O as the alphabet, 0 is in the numeric, colon 00, colon. So just the outline of it. So if it does want to search it, it'll return the value 0. So it's really, really easy. So what we're going to do is attach our weather script to here. And again, attach our day and night materials just like we did normally. Textures, Skybox, and full moon, boom. And finally, tropical sunset, tropical sunset. Simple as that. Now we try it. Maximize play, yeah. So what it should do is 10 to 30 seconds. So at the moment, as you can see, it is 40 seconds. So it's night time. Ooh. So as you can see, it's really dark. We can eventually change the lights. But as you can see, when it gets to 00 seconds, it should change to day. Fingers crossed. 56, 57, 58, 59, 60. Okay, so it doesn't want to work. I wonder why it's doing that. Have we attached it? Yeah, we've attached it all. Make sure. So what we're going to have to do then is, if it's not changing that, it's not checking if it's 40, 50 or 00, which isn't good. So what we're going to do, or is it? Actually, wait, because it says 10, that's why. Try again. There you go. Because the reason it did it is because I didn't give it enough chance to hit 10. So it went 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, didn't change. But then it went, I turned it off, and as time was ticking up, it missed 10, missed 20, but as it hit 30, it went daytime. But then it hit 40, so it went back to night. So if we just get like a couple more seconds, like 15 seconds now, to go as soon as it hits 10. When I show you how to convert integers next week, or next tutorial, I don't know, we'll quickly just change this script. So as you can see, Shang Tsung's messing up. But wait, 10 and daytime. There we go. Look at that, daytime. We now have daytime. Really good. So thanks for watching. Sorry it was like 20 minutes long. But I hope you enjoyed, and any more suggestions, post in the description below. Everyone who does actually suggest a tutorial, I do tell them whether I've got suggestions before or not. I've got a couple more coming up which I need to just add in, but then even now, just post the suggestions either through inbox or through comments. That's it. Thanks for watching, and see you later.